Okay, so let's look at my Jimi Clean preset. This is a very simple preset, and it's just really to show you that you don't need all the bells and whistles to create a great tone using the Fender Tone Master Pro. So I'm going to jump in and show you what I have chosen to use. And it starts at the start of the chain with the Round Fuzz Germanium. Now this is bypassed at the moment, and I will show you in a second why that's in the chain. That's followed by the Clean Boost, or just the Boost. Now I've got this set at 1.2 decibels currently, but I'm going to show you how this can affect your tone as well. Next, we have the 65 Princeton Reverb amp only, and you can see the settings, it's almost 5 across the board with 5.5 on the bass there. That's followed by a pair of Fender cabs. At the top I have the 1x12 65 Deluxe C12K, and on the bottom I have a 1x10 65 Princeton C10R. Next is the 65 Spring Reverb, which is set very low. And the last thing in the chain is the studio compressor. So everything except for the amp is bypassed. I've got the mix for the two cabs set so that only the B cab is audible at the moment. That's set to 100%. The A cab is set to 0. For this demo, I'm using my Schecter Nick Johnston Traditional, and I'm using the neck pickup for almost everything, but you can experiment using different pickups. Now, I assume that Jimmy would have had three-way selector on his Strats, being early Strats, so there's no point really using position 2 and position 4 if you have a 5-way selector. But there's no reason why you can't do that either. If you think it sounds better, then it sounds better. So with the neck pickup, if you compare that to the middle pickup, alright, that sounds incredibly dry, and I'm going to turn the reverb on. So adding that reverb obviously makes it sound a lot nicer. The other thing that I've done is added a studio compressor at the end of the chain. Alright, now I'm going to turn on the boost, and the reason I turn the boost on is just to give it a little bit more bite. To me, when I hear Hendrix clean tone, it's not perfectly clean. Maybe that's the effect of recording direct to a 1/4-inch tape and you get a bit of tape saturation. Maybe it's the desks that we use, the mixing consoles. Whatever it is, there's just that little bit of edge around the tone, not perfectly clean. There are some examples of super clean, like Wait Until Tomorrow. I think that's as clean as it gets. If you go, say, middle pickup, this is the neck. So now let's engage the boost. So it's quite subtle, but if you really want to hear it, crank it up to 2 or maybe 3 decibels. And then you can use pick dynamics. So let's have a look what's going on with the cabs. As I said, I'm only using cab B for the main sound here, and that has a condenser C414, 110 Hertz low cut, 6.6 kilohertz high cut, and it is 0.5 inches from the cap edge. Now, my other cab, the 11265 Deluxe C12K, has an MD421, 80 Hz low cut, 6.6 kilohertz high cut, and that is 1 inch from the cap edge. I can blend that in. In fact, let's go 50-50. Let's hear cab A on its own. Cab B. So you might be thinking, why on earth do I even have that second cab there if I'm not using it? Well, this is for the solo sound. So when I go to the solo scene, you can see that the levels are now set to 50% on each. And I've also engaged the germanium fuzz as well. Boost is set to 2.8 decibels. Amp largely remains the same. You can see there's a slight difference in levels and treble. And that gives you this sound. So the fuzz is set to 38%, the volume to 80%. That gives you a sort of smooth overdrivey sound. So here's an example of how this preset sounds with a different guitar. This is my Sir S4. It has the ML pickups, I think, in the neck position and the middle position. Let's go to the middle pickup. Let's try with the boost pushed to 2.5. Now, obviously, depending on which Hendrix tune you're playing, you might need this to have a little bit more grit to it. You can either do that with the boost, or you can do it using the volume on the amp. So the volume 100% on the amp, and a boost at 5 dB. All right, so I've got the fuzz at 10%, the volume as at 50%. When I engage, there's a noticeable volume drop. To get unity gain, I'm going to set that to 70% volume. So this is the sound bypassed. And with 10% fuzz. Okay, let's increase the fuzz to 25%. %50. With the volume at 100. So you can see how versatile this is. This is just like a real guitar rig, right? You just have your bass amp, you can mess around with the tone from that bass sound, and then add in pedals to do whatever else you want to do. So don't try and overcomplicate it with the Tone Master Pro, just keep it really simple and you'll create great tones in no time at all. I hope you enjoyed this preset. I've renamed it just to JGG Jimi Clean. Like I said, experiment, use different pedals with it, and you can put a wire in front of it if you've got an expression pedal, and have a lot of fun with just a simple setup. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. There'll be more coming very soon. This preset will be available in the cloud as JGG Jimi Clean. So if you search for JGG in the Pro Control app, in the cloud you'll find all of my presets there that are available for free. Also check out johnsguitargarage.store. I have some paid and free presets available there as downloadable zips that you can install on your Tonemaster Pro.